What's going on, everybody? I hope you're doing well today. I just wanted to bring you this midday update here because the whole crypto market is going absolutely crazy right now, and there's a good reason for it. There's a lot of uncertainty. A lot of people are wondering what's going to happen next. Are we going to hold? Are we going to recover? Are we going to see much lower lows today and over the next couple days? But there's a few different things that we can look at that will give us some good ideas about what's going to happen next. Just doing some technical analysis and really looking at the big picture. So if you enjoyed this midday update and you appreciate the timely content, you already know what to do down below. But regardless, let's go ahead and get right into this. So as you can see at this moment, Dogecoin is about 19 cents, and it just came down from 20 cents a couple minutes ago. Now, that isn't all bad considering what just happened over the last day. Yes, 19, 20 cents isn't really ideal if you're wanting the price to go up. That is way down from where we came from. But let's take a look at why we're panicking in the first place, and then we'll kind of deduce what's going to happen next here. So as we zoom out, you can see that we came from 16 cents not very long ago. All right. So what we were doing here, just to summarize very quickly, is Bitcoin was making a run up to 42,000. And if you've been tracking Bitcoin, who is the market leader, by the way, and the entire reason that Dogecoin is this cheap, not because Dogecoin's failing, it's because Bitcoin's crashing the whole market. Go look at Ethereum. It came from 4,300. Now it's in like the 1700s. Look at Cardano. Look at XRP. Look at all the other high market cap coins. They are doing the same thing as Dogecoin, by the way. So don't panic because of that. This is not abnormal. This is just Bitcoin crashing the market. But if you're following the price action there to see if we were actually going to reverse and see higher prices on Doge because of that, Bitcoin went up to 42,000 again and tested that level. And none of the altcoins really believed, after it tried so many times and failed, that this time it was going to do anything different. So on the run up to 42,000, the altcoins didn't even move up with this time, which was a really bad sign. And I said a couple days ago that because of that, if Bitcoin does not break and move up and bring the altcoins up with it and establish that trust in the crypto space, and if it does indeed fail again and start heading down, since the cryptocurrencies didn't move up with it, they're just going to follow it down from where they were already sitting, which is going to spark a crash, because now we're going to be blowing through support levels that we aren't even supposed to really be at. So that's exactly what ended up happening. As you can see, Doge was sitting at about 30-ish cents at that moment. As Bitcoin continued to crash down and didn't make any new highs and start to go lower and lower and lower, you can just see how the cryptocurrencies started to just fail. And it just blew through this 25-cent support line that we had established before. As you can see, really bearishly blew through that, came down to 21, consolidated a bit, and then just started making all these new lows that we had not seen recently. Made it all the way down to 16.3. 16 cents before it stopped and it caught and it finally bounced. Now, even then, that wasn't really enough. As you can see here, normally when you actually hit a rock bottom and it's time for a reversal, you'll see a strong move out, usually coming above the previous little area where it was consolidating. But instead, we saw this little dead bounce and just this really weak move, this weak bounce. Now, after that, we did see a bit of a recovery, but you could just tell from the way that this landed that this might not really hold and keep going. It wasn't a strong move out. Everybody had to second guess it. There was still some panic here. So what ended up happening after that? People still weren't convinced. Bitcoin still didn't continue up. And actually, Bitcoin's not doing so well at this moment. We'll look at it in a second. But because of that uncertainty, we just continued selling off, and we actually ended up right back at 16.3, which is really bad, by the way. So as of this moment, and this right here was this morning. This was yesterday. This was this morning. So as of right here, people really started to panic, because once you see that multiple touches on this support, we thought we were recovering and then we came right back down. That's usually a bad sign. Usually you expect, okay, well, we must be going down because we didn't have enough buying pressure to keep us from coming all the way back down to this same low. But thankfully, and this is where you can maybe have a little bit of a bullish perspective, thankfully, we did still reject out of there in the same way that we did here. We rejected out the same way. So that's pretty cool. And that kind of gives us a little bit of bullish sentiment and an idea that we could be potentially holding here. The only concern now is that we did not make it back up to even these levels right here on the rejection, and we're already starting to sell back off a little bit. Now, we'll get back to this in just a moment, Let's take a look at Bitcoin so we can get a clearer perspective of what's probably going to happen next. All right, so let me side by side this with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's the market leader. Again, it's the whole reason why we're doing this with the price. So we need to take a look at really what it's doing. Let's just hide drawings here so we can get a better view of the chart. It's always good to clear your chart up and just take a look at the price action sometimes. So let's just do this here, and we'll keep an eye on this as we kind of record this. But if you just take a look here, you can see Bitcoin similarly had this run up, and this is where it failed 42,000, by the way, and this massive sell off after it failed it again, because you can see here it failed, here it failed, here it tried, didn't even get close, here gave people false hope again, didn't make it yet again, sold off nonstop, and it actually made a new low. I don't know if you can see this here, but this is 28,800 when the previous absolute swing low right here was 29,200. So on this move down, we actually made a new low. That in itself is really, really bad. But there is something worth noting here that's actually really good. Usually, when you make a new low, not only does that like trigger people's automatic stop losses and cause the price to dump, but it triggers people's mental stop losses where they say, you know what, if we make a new low, I'm just going to sell. That's where people start to panic because they're like, oh no, we must be going down. And usually when you see something like this happen, that indicates that the price is going to continue to dump. But we did not dump. All right. So this is where some bullish sentiment starts to come in here. Instead of dumping on the 4-hour time frame, you can see that we actually showed signs of real strength here with this so far bullish engulfing candle that started to form on the 4-hour time frame. That's engulfing the red candle that brought it down to this dip. This is usually a strong sign of a reversal. So that's really actually awesome. So we, instead of selling off, we made a strong recovery right out of the hole. So from 28,000 all the way up to almost 33 in like one move. So that's a really good sign. That is a good sign. And this could mean that despite a lot of our concerns, Bitcoin could be thinking about holding. Sorry, I need some water here. But what does that mean? All right. What does that mean? What do we need to look at? What do we need to be aware of in the next couple minutes or hours to really see where Bitcoin's going to be heading? Well, this is where it gets a little bit simpler. So now we have some established levels that we can keep an eye on that will really let us know what's going to happen shortly after if we get close to these levels. So what are those main levels? Let's take a look. Well, we already know one key level has been 33,000. This is going back a way back. 33,000 previously was an extremely strong support level. Every time we get to 33,000, there would usually be this strong bounce. Under that was 31,000, which was even stronger. There was really no moving past 31,000 for a very long time, really for the last couple weeks. So we can look at 33,000 and 31,000. Basically, what does that mean here? We need to either break above and hold at 33,000 to confirm signs of bullishness and that we are reversing to the upside for good, at least within the next couple days, for the next couple days. Or if this does not hold here at this 32 level, we need to see, are we going to hold at 31,000 or are we going to dump below it? If we can't hold at 31,000 and we start heading back into this area here in between 31 and 29, we are probably heading back into lower 20,000s on Bitcoin. Why do I say that? Because 31,000 is really the strongest level of support that we have. And this level only has like 2 touches now. So this 29-ish level isn't that strong. And also getting back to that level is a really, really bearish sign. So people aren't going to really think of that as like a dip buy opportunity as much as they're going to think of it as like a, oh crap, we're probably going down indicator. All right, so just keep that in mind. Also, there's really no reason that we should be failing the 31,000 support line here because we also now have a 200 EMA line hovering in that same area. So we have 2 levels of support at 31,000 on Bitcoin right now, which means if we still manage to fall below 31,000 and start plummeting into like 3029, obviously it's a wrap because the bearish pressure, the selling pressure is way too strong and pushed us down past 2 levels of support. So this line certainly isn't going to hold. At least that's what you can deduce based off technical analysis. So in summary, we need to either, pull back here and hold at 31 and break above 33 and hold, or just hold right here where we are, move up, break above 33 and hold. Either way, the play is we need to do this. Break above 33, maybe do a pullback, test the strength here, and then start moving up. If we can do that, that is our strongest indicator that we are recovering and that we are back on a bullish trajectory, and we're not going to go straight back down in the 20s. If we cannot accomplish that, and instead we do something like this, then at this point, you should start to get a little bit concerned if we do anything like this and we start heading to 31,000 and below. So hopefully that answers the question for you guys. Don't panic though, because what this does mean, I forgot to also say this. What this means, by the way, if we do see Bitcoin fail the 31,000 level and start heading into 20s, what we can expect on the Dogecoin side, because that's what most of us are here for. On the Dogecoin side, the way that's going to basically line up is something like if Bitcoin goes to like 25,000, we'll probably be somewhere around 13 to 15 cents on the Dogecoin side. If Bitcoin starts heading closer to like 22 or 20,000, that'll put us way closer to 9 or 10 cents on Dogecoin. But I really don't see that happening. Hopefully it doesn't, in my opinion. Anywhere from 16 to 19 cents is a great dip. I don't really need that much of a dip, but it is something that you should still keep in mind. Just check your Bitcoin levels, even if you're in Ethereum, if you're in Dogecoin, if you're in Cardano, if you're in XRP. Check the market leader's price action to let you know what's going to happen in your altcoin, because all of these coins are following Bitcoin's lead. I will say, though, that Ethereum right now is kind of giving the best dip. If you just look over the last 7 days, Bitcoin's down about 20%. Ethereum's down 25, which is also a really good dip buy opportunity. Cardano's down around the same amount. XRP is down 35, which is a really good dip, but Dogecoin is down almost 40% over the last 7 days, which means if you buy in at the dip, when the whole market starts to recover, you have the highest percentage gain opportunity with Dogecoin because it's down the furthest right now. So just keep that in mind. Dogecoin is the dip to be buying. And maybe if you want to diversify into Ethereum or XRP, by all means. But if you're in here to buy a dip and make some money, Dogecoin looks to be the dippiest of the dips right now. So hopefully that provided you with some insight. Keep an eye on Bitcoin 33. We need to break that, or we need to hold at 31 and then move back up. If that does not happen, we're looking bearish. But of course, if you're new to this channel, hit subscribe. I'll be posting another update very soon on what to expect next with updated information. And then, of course, I do my live streams almost every day too, where you can just personally ask me questions. I read every comment and answer every question. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this content. Again, click that subscribe button. Really helps me. And I'm trying to get to 3,000 subs. I'm almost there. Thank you guys for the awesome stream last night, which got me 100 subs in that one stream. I really appreciate your support. And I'll catch you guys later on in the next video or live stream. Have a good day.